right, everybody, welcome back. Look, I've got a really phenomenal group of women here with me to discuss everything from relationships to parenting. It's time for some straight talk. All right, well, let's meet today's panelists. You can catch her on Empire every Wednesday night on Fox. Please welcome my friend, Nicole Ari Parker. And she's been here many times, one of my favorite panelists. She was on American Idol as a finalist. She's now a TV host and a beauty blogger. Give it up for my buddy Kimberly Caldwell Harvey. And straight from Dallas, Texas, I have known her for years. Started out in radio together a long, long time ago. Put your hands together for the host of DD in the Mornings. That's DD McGuire. All right, ladies, let's go. All right, here's the first topic. We've all heard of helicopter parents, but apparently there's a new category called lawnmower parents. Lawnmower parents will go to whatever lengths necessary to prevent their child from having to face adversity, to having to struggle or failure by simply mowing down any obstacles in their child's path. So here's the question. First of all, do you know any lawnmower parents?
No.
Are you?
I'm gonna just tell you right now, I don't.
Guilty.
Do you really?
No, I mean, but I think to a certain degree that all parents are kind of helicopter lawnmower parents. Like, we're all just doing it out of love to protect our children. So I don't think there's, any other reason for doing it. But I think that it's because we're all in a rush. Like, I went to go pick up my 3-year-old from preschool the other day, and they said, Harlow, put on your shoes. And I go, she knows how to put on her shoes? Like, I literally had no idea the kid could put her own shoes on because I'm always in a rush. So therefore, I'm like throwing on her shoes, I'm shoving food in her mouth, I'm wiping her butt. And I think we've got to learn how to just like slow down, take a breath, and give her the opportunity to show me that she can do it on her own.
I don't know. As an African-American woman, as a black woman, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know too many black parents that are gonna do that. Normally, we're told you gotta work twice as hard, 10 times as hard or whatever. Our parents are making sure we're ready for the world to face adversity. So honestly, I don't know any parents like
we
that.
know how to make our bed at 3. My kids are 11 and 13, and my daughter was born with special needs, so I kind of naturally was a little bit lawnmower-y. Like, she has to take her medicine, she has to make sure she has her special bag with her special stuff. So there was a lot of troubleshooting all the time, but she's 13 now. And you know what's interesting is that she had 2 styles of parenting in the house. My mother stayed with me when she was about 3 or 4, and my mom was the one who was like, oh, we're gonna load the dishwasher. Yeah, we're gonna fold laundry. We're gonna sweep.
You
we're
do
gonna clean
chores.
the
You learn how to do stuff and take care of yourself.
Because, see, your mother had kids before. By the time y'all had that second one, hey, go on, sit down somewhere. They start hearing stuff they never. Marjorie taught me something about parenting. She said, Steve, all of our kids' wings work.
Good.
They got to start flapping them. And Marjorie will leave you out there hanging to dry. And sometimes I would look at her and go, baby, let her in, let her do, no, don't let her do, no, let her go on down there.
They toughen up. They have an emotional toolbox. They're resourceful and resilient, and that's all you really want for your kids at the end of the day.
And what I'm starting to realize is she loves doing things on her own. It makes her so proud to be able to do things on her own. But I have to say that I saw her little cousin was like shutting her in a door the other day, and everybody came running to save her. And I said, no, leave her. Let her figure it out on her own, because she is now in preschool. So I wanted to see what she would do. Well, she just stood there.
So you went and helped?
So finally, before her face was smashed in, I went over and I said, okay, this is what you have to tell him. No, that's not okay. I don't like that. And then you got to push him on the ground and kick him. And,
wow, all right, I like that.
But, Steve, you bring up a really good point about the second child, because Sophie was the bossy big sister. Like, I remember when they were little, she was bossing him around about something, about putting the toys away and doing it. And then I heard Nicholas say, Sophie, you are not the president.
Oh, hey!
Wow.
I don't think
What'd
so.
she say? Yeah, I am.
You know what? It's sort of crazy because when Morgan was growing up, she used to just boss Jason. Just boss him. So they're 15, 16. Jason's a boy now. His strength is there. So she's 20 and Jason's 15. Well, Jason's stronger than her now. And so one day, Marjorie and I were walking on a morning walk, and we came back, and Morgan's coming down the hill, and she's upset because her brother had been holding her, squeezing her for 15 minutes and wouldn't let her go. Come to find out, Jason got tired of her. He's strong now. He got some muscle. He just locked her up and held her until she started crying. That was, we ain't had no more trouble out of that. You know, we ain't bullying me.
But, you know,
Marjorie walked in the house like they hadn't said nothing. Hey, listen, we gotta take a break, but when we come back, we're gonna be breaking down the latest Halloween costumes that's got everybody up in arms, so keep it right here. All right, everybody, I'm back with today's Straight Talk panelists, my girl Dee Dee McGuire, Kimberly Caldwell Harvey, and Nicole Ari Parker. All right, so now listen up. This next topic might get a little bit racy, so make sure you get your kids out of the room for this. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's get to it. Halloween is around the corner, and there's already controversy with one costume in particular, after social media went nuts with this sexy Handmaid's Tales costume. The retailer Yandy decided to pull it from their site. See, the show The Handmaid's Tale is about women who are assigned to rich families and forced to be their surrogate. So do you ladies think that this is tone deaf, or do you think people need to relax when it comes to Halloween costumes? Is it too sexy?
I mean,
I like it.
Yeah, go
I
for
like it. I'm
Oh,
gonna be
she's
honest
like,
with you.
I like it.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. I think it's sexy. I think it is sexy. I think we're going too far with this. We sit up here and we're putting on priest outfits and nuns, and we're playing angels, and we're doing, that's okay, but all of a sudden we're mad about this. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if I didn't have cellulite in the back of my legs, I'd be wearing it. I'd be wearing it. That is gorgeous. There's a cape to me. I like it.
Yeah.
guys, I don't know. I mean, there's so many messages coming at our daughters right now. I think we gotta be...
No, but the daughter is not going to the same party I'm going to when I wear that.
But I'm just saying, you know, I don't think we should sexualize the enslavement of women. I just don't think that's necessary. I can say, listen, I would be a naughty nurse every day of the week, okay?
Right.
I am married for 13 years, ladies.
Everybody's hoping that happens.
Okay? But I have to be conscious of that. I can't go trick-or-treating as a naughty nurse with my kids. I can't.
But at the same time, I have to say, I'm all about the women empowerment movement right now, and, you know, and I just feel the rush of it coming from all these powerful women that are speaking out, but at the same time, this is a fictional show. And I think everybody just needs to, like, chill out. It's, you know, and like you were saying, that's not what you would wear now. Like, when I met my husband, I was like a sexy Cruella de Vil. Well, last year, I was a sumo wrestler.
Okay,
so,
I get it.
You know, it's like, in your teens.
But this is Halloween, though.
Exactly.
We're
in your
supposed to
teens,
dress up.
Let me
in your
break it to you
teens
down
and your,
this
and
way.
your 20s, when you have the body and you're single and you're out on the prowl and you can be every man's
I
fantasy.
don't have a problem
Let's
with
do it.
sexy costumes. But what if somebody came to your Halloween party as a plantation owner and a slave?
But that's
That's
real.
not cute.
No, but
Well,
that's
now,
real.
wait
But
a
that's real
minute.
life. That's real life.
Wait a minute. Wait. You can't come to no black people's house. As a plantation owner, you.
Oh, gosh.
Look, I'm not gonna picket the website. You know, this isn't gonna take up my time.
Right.
But I'm not gonna wear that for Halloween.
But you know, we live in a society now where political correctness is taking over everything.
Yes.
Look, if your opinion and what you're doing causes pain or is at the demise of a person because of their race, their color, their sexual preference, then okay, cool. I'm with that. We ought to put a stop to
You
that.
bring up a really good point because there's a lot of schools right now discussing cultural appropriation. Are they offensive to other races and other cultures, like a Native American costume?
I did that once.
No,
And
but
then
like
everybody-
Kim's kids are at the age where they want to be Moana.
Right.
And now some schools are banning the Moana costume.
She's not.
Yeah, I think that is a great example of throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Who is Moana?
The Samoan princess. But even at her school, she can't even read Disney books because of the violence.
But I think people are going far in both directions. They want to do what they want to do, but then people want to ban everything. I think that if we all pause for a minute, we could find a happy medium. Let's say your child wanted to dress up like a Native American. Well, why don't you take that opportunity to differentiate between the Lakota, the Sioux, the Cheyenne, the Cherokee?
Oh, wow.
Let them know who they're dressing up as.
Well, I got Mom
what
of the Year
language
over
do
here.
they speak? What food do they eat? Imagine if your child went to school knowing full well who she was dressing up as.
That's cool.
You know, see that?
Yeah, you know, as a learning.
As a learning experience.
Yeah, see, I didn't have that issue when I was growing up. I had the same Halloween costume.
The plastic
every
one,
year.
Batman.
And I had a brown T-shirt on and a box.
What were you?
I was a UPS man.
Oh my
Hey, ladies, thank y'all for being here today. We'll be right back, everybody. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's time now for today's panel of fierce women to talk about love, relationships, and what's happening in the world. It's time for some straight talk. Well, first up, everybody, from Dancing with the Stars, she's a TV personality, on-air host, dancer, and choreographer. Say hello to Carrie Ann Inaba. Next, she's an accountability coach and fitness influencer. You've seen her on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Please welcome Teddy Mellencamp. And for all you old school players out there, her daddy is John Mellencamp.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 And finally, she's a Grammy-winning singer-songwriter and television host. Her album, Reality Bites, is out now. Please welcome back my buddy, Bridget Kelly. All right. Now, Carrie Ann.
Yep.
Julie Chen mentioned you in her exit announcement. Would you ever consider filling her seat at the table on the talk?
Well, you know, I mean, when she made that video announcement, I was shocked because I was so just shocked that she even mentioned my name. And of course, I mean, who wouldn't want to take an opportunity like that? But I mean, I'm still just kind of in shock and honored that she even supported her Asian sister. Not a lot of women do that, but she showed me what she's made of. She's just like, I support you, my Asian sister, as she's going through so much. I have respect. Yeah.
But that's really good, though.
Yeah.
And I think it would be good, too, because television has to recognize the diversity of the world, and they have to reflect that.
Look at this, right
You
here.
have to reflect
Right
it.
here, yeah, thank you.
So let's get right to it. First topic, it's common to experience bumps in the road as you get to know your partner, right? Okay, but what happens when you find yourself dealing with the same relationship issues repeatedly after reaching your 1-year milestone? 1 year, you've been in it, but you keep going over the same things over and over and over.
I would say the first thing is you've got to do a little self-reflection and say, am I doing anything to cause this constant state of confusion?
Yeah.
Am I being too selfish? Am I being too selfless? And if you get to the place where you realize, you know what? No, I'm actually doing the right thing, and your partner's not compromising, you're not going to change them.
Right.
I also think that there's a bit of a difference between patterns and like your beliefs. So I think a lot of times people develop patterns because of the family you were raised in, the friends that you hang out with, your job, and you get stuck in these patterns, and maybe they're not healthy for the relationship you're in. That's okay, because those are changeable with time and patience.
Right.
But I think if it's a belief, you can't change that. If they're doing something because they believe a certain way, they're not going to be able to shift that. So I think you need to know the difference and discern, is it a belief or is it a pattern?
Yeah, are you being patient or are you being tolerant?
Exactly.
Because at the end, tolerance and patience, there's a fine line. And honestly, a year is a long time. The older I get, the more I value my time, right? A year is a long time to figure out whether or not we're compatible or not.
I agree. You know, within the first 3 months, I think the red flags are starting to show.
And some things are personality traits, like you said, habits, or it's things that people need to grow out of. Are you willing to grow? I think a huge red flag to me is, what are your personal aspirations that you have not achieved yet? If a year into it, you still in the same place, you haven't achieved any of the goals that we talked about in the beginning, we need to part ways.
Well, you know, I agree with, and plus, you know, here's what the deal is. After a year, if the same fight is over the exact same issue, somebody in that relationship doesn't care how the other person feels.
Right.
Period.
Right.
You've got to do some self-examination. Because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're gonna keep getting what you've been getting.
Right.
And so many times in a relationship, I just think that people are locked into these behaviors, and then we both sitting there not feeling good about it instead of addressing what it is.
Right.
A relationship is nothing but a series of compromises. 100%. If you're not willing to compromise, you cannot be in a relationship.
But also, I feel like people, women especially more so, I think, although there's some men, they feel like they need to be in a relationship, so they'll put up with a lot. Like, I feel like a lot of people are afraid to be alone. Like, as a single woman at 50, I get a lot of people looking at me like with a little bit of sympathy in their eyes. They don't even mean to, but I don't need sympathy. I'm making choices that feel really good to myself, and yeah, it's not what everybody expects of me, but it feels really good, and I think we need to encourage that in people so they don't stay in bad relationships.
But also in that same token, there are the people that constantly make you feel like they're in the perfect relationship, and they're so busy promoting that they're in this great relationship that they're not addressing what's actually happening.
Right.
No relationship's perfect.
No, for Instagram, you got people just post stuff, make it look like we just so happy. I mean, look, man, nobody's happy all the doggone time.
Not even a little bit.
I don't care who you are, man. My wife mad at me right now.
Now she is.
Hey, folks, let's go. Up next, some new research has found that children as young as 8 years old are suffering from body image issues. We're going to hear what the panel has to say about that when we come back. All right, everybody, we're back with today's Straight Talk panelists, Carrie Ann Inaba, Teddy Mellencamp, and Bridget Kelly. All right, here's the next topic. New research has found that children as young as 8 years old are suffering from body image issues that could have serious and long-term health consequences. One professor is claiming social media can be toxic for children's body image. Another study was done to suggest that younger children are already aware of what dieting is, and some even might have even tried it. Trying a diet. All right, ladies, what do you think of this?
Why are we 8 years old even on social media?
Right.
I was 8 years old is what, second grade? Yeah. Like in second grade, I think I was still trying to struggle to write my letters all facing forward, right? Like, the level of struggle and issue should not be on social media. So I think that's a parental issue, for one. And two, the body image stuff is tough. And I think, I have a hard time with it because I think there's a difference between being overweight and being obese, right? To me, childhood obesity is child abuse. It's negligence. It's unfair to the kid. It's not. I have a whole issue with it, and I think it's less about body image and more about health.
Right. And I think social media and healthy living as a child go hand in hand, because if you're always on your tablet or your phone or your filter or whatever it is, you're not out doing active things. You're not playing basketball. You're not running around. You're not doing active things with your family. So if you're living a more active lifestyle with your family, it shouldn't even be a topic.
Right.
I need to be a good role model for my kids.
Yeah.
And doing that is creating a life where they can be active and where you don't even need to discuss the food option. It's just what they're living.
I feel social media's not going away, internet's not going away, and we live in a day and age where there's just access. Kids have access to everything. So it's really important, like what you said about parenting. You've got to be in there. I have a daughter who's a stepdaughter from a second fiance that we never got married. It's a long story, but I'll tell you about that later. But she's wonderful. She's 21 years old, but we talk about everything. And at first I was like, am I over-talking? Am I giving her too much information for a young girl? But I realized it's out there, so I better give her a place to discuss it and ask questions. Yeah. And I may not know the answers, but I think that's important.
No. I think that it's going to get increasingly more difficult, increasingly more invasive.
Right.
I think that technology is going to go to places where you can see and find out stuff about people that's really privileged information. I think it's only going to get worse. I think what has to be fixed, though, is there has to be something put in place to protect some people,
Right.
especially children. It's like, you know, a person can go on the internet and say anything they want to about you. That's not right. Nah, man, that's not right.
Well, I mean, the other part of it is, too, when discussing things with children, and I mean, social media is, it's a scary place. Like you said, people are very nasty. And we've witnessed really tragic situations where children take their own lives because somebody left a comment that made them feel like their life wasn't worth living. I mean, for somebody to have that kind of power, I think overall, and I don't have any children yet, but when I have children, the conversation is gonna be about planning for the future, right? Whatever is happening in that space on social media, which is something even as an adult I have to remind myself of, it's all temporary. You have to make sure that you set parameters as a parent.
Boundaries as a parent on what
because
you can do, what you allow your children.
Okay, but let me ask you this. This body shaming comes down to, like, unhealthy eating habits.
Right.
How do you teach kids healthy eating habits without implying that there might not be something wrong with their body?
You practice what you preach. If you are serving meals that you are eating yourself and you're not talking about it, but these are greens, they help with this. This is whole grains, it helps with this. You're teaching them versus you should eat this because you look this way.
You know what they say? As soon as you say should to somebody, your inner child goes, no way!
It's like, don't.
It's like
Right.
you rebel against it. Never say, like, should is not good.
You sit down as a family and you eat together, you eat the right things, and then if you go to a birthday party, you let your kids enjoy themselves with everybody else.
But that's
balance.
It is, but just make it about development, right? And talk about you're planning for your future. We're trying to shape you. Your body is developing. So whatever we put into it, we want to make sure it shapes you for later on in your life.
I also agree with her because you have to set the example for your children.
Right.
So that's it. I love y'all, man. Y'all should come back all the time. Thanks for being here today, ladies.
Thanks for having
me. You're really your father, man. Really cool. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Very classy group today.
For some straight talk.
Yeah, some straight talk. Let's do it. Okay, here's the first topic. Rapper Wiz Khalifa was recently shamed for letting his son Sebastian take the school bus instead of a private car service since he's wealthy. Should you give your kids a certain lifestyle just because you can?
This is so wrong that people are shaming him for this.
Yeah.
First of all, you can say whatever you want about Wiz Khalifa being a rapper and his lifestyle and who the mother of the child is, but they are very good parents. Wiz Khalifa and Amber Rose, if you follow them on social media, you know that they are fantastic parents.
Right.
The shaming on this, it's so terrible. Kids are already growing up at such a rapid pace. Let the kid have a real, genuine childhood.
Well, not only
But he
growing
was posting it, though.
Not only growing up at such a rapid pace, I mean, already the life of a kid is very isolated because they spend so much time in cyberspace, you know, so much time, you know, on their phone, playing video games and all of that. Riding a school bus is a time when you realize where you fit in the world.
But maybe he shouldn't have
posted
it.
Maybe what?
Maybe he shouldn't have posted it because when you are a celebrity, then there's that security factor as well. I mean, I'm not agreeing with let's rip him apart because he's riding the bus, because every kid should ride a bus. But if his dad is posting the picture, that is a security
I think it's okay
risk
for him to ride the bus.
Like, write it, just don't post
a
it.
security issue
I don't
comes
post things
up.
about my kids.
I mean, look, even the producers asked me before the show, they said, Steve, how did you do your kids when they were in high school? Because, you know, my sons went to high school, but they caught the bus. I got drivers, but they don't have a driver.
Right.
They haven't worked to have
They gotta earn some drivers.
That's right.
Yeah.
I tell all my kids, me and your mama got money. Y'all the poor people in the family. So make the adjustment, because that's where you at. And I don't see nothing wrong, man. Look, what's wrong with letting the kid have a regular moment?
That's normal, yeah.
I loved raising my daughter in New York. Because you walk through the streets, I mean, and it's all there for everybody. Everybody's got to walk over a puddle of snow or a pile of poop.
Yep.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You have to do it.
I also grew up in New York and rode the city bus, and I grew up in a middle-class neighborhood in Queens and rode the bus to the Upper East Side in New York. So I really got to see the vast difference of what growing up in my neighborhood was like, and then going to a fancy neighborhood like the Upper East Side. And that, for me, was more aspirational than anything else. It made me hustle harder. It just made me, and being in New York, again, just grounded me. And, like, everybody is on the same hustle, you know? You have to do,
But
you
you
have to
know,
get through
above
life.
and beyond anything else, who cares what other people think on social
Well, that's
media
the thing.
and what they're tweeting about how he parents his son?
but everybody has an opinion now.
Yes,
Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion, but does it really have to matter?
No, but it
that's-
matters today. We're talking
I
about
guess
it.
so.
It's so crazy. Social media has changed the game. Fame
For
is no longer
everything.
fun
No.
because of social media. We're going to take a break. But when we come back, we're talking how to get money back from an ex.
It ain't happening.
This should be interesting. Don't go away. Hey, I'm back with today's Straight Talk panelists, the incredible Lynn Whitfield, the fabulous Tamara Judge, and the wonderful Julissa Bermudez. All right, let's get back into it. Next topic.
Yeah.
Money is one of the biggest causes of stress in a relationship, but oftentimes that stress doesn't go away after you break up. We have audience members here who are dealing with this sort of thing. Where's Zena? What's your question?
Okay, so Steve, I broke up with my boyfriend recently, and while we were dating, I lent him money. Now, I know he's broke, but I still need to get my money back. And I've been continuing to speak to him because I feel like that's the only way for me to get it back, but I don't really want to continue doing that either. So what should I do?
Why are you dating a scrub?
No, what?
On that passenger side.
When I met him and we started talking, he had all these dreams and aspirations, and I bought into his dream, and I was like, I will back
Well,
you.
I mean, how long were you dating him?
And how much money are we talking about?
We're talking about somewhere around $800.
Oh,
And we were dating right around a year. Just long enough for me to see that the dream was just what that was.
So can you just write it off to a nice learning experience?
Yeah.
And the thing is, was there anything in your spirit, anything in your ear, anything in your gut when you went and wrote the check or went to the ATM
Absolutely.
and gave him the money that was saying anything?
Yeah.
Well, the issue was that I was giving him the money because he couldn't pay his own bills, so I guess that
But what I'm saying
The
is, did
flag.
something in you say this may be a mistake?
Like, don't do it.
yes.
Well, the thing is maybe the
There's the
lesson
lesson.
is that when your gut tells you, I call it, you know, your whispering angels,
Right.
say, you know, hold up, this is not a good idea.
Correct.
Don't do it. And the other thing is don't date potential.
Right.
That doesn't show that he's actually making progress toward the dream.
Yeah. He got to be.
Toward it,
He
right?
can't. You can't date a guy that's gonna get on the ladder. You have to date a
At
guy
least
that's
be
on
on
the
the ladder.
ladder.
On the ladder.
He got to have his feet on the ladder at
Right?
least.
No matter how hard he's pulling up, and I love hard work.
And I
That
think
old,
if
I'm gonna go start something. No, partner.
If you're not working on it, you know, because
And I think
purpose
if
is
you're
an everyday
loaning
thing.
somebody
What?
money in the future, like, you got to know that there's a chance you're not going to
Gonna
get
get
it
it
Yeah,
back.
there's always that chance.
So-
And, you know, not to plug anything, Steve, but I've read your book, and one of the P's.
You better plug it.
One of the 3 P's is that man better be a provider, and you are not the one that's supposed to be giving him any money.
Right.
So that was definitely a no-no from the start.
Okay. That's fair. Thank you.
And see, here's another thing. Lynn is saying it one way. You can write this off as just a learned experience, but I have a philosophy. I loan money to buy people out my life.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
See, once I loan you money and you don't pay me back, I've now bought you out of my life.
I'm
Now,
tweeting that.
It just cost you $800 to rid yourself of $1 million problem.
And that is so little. Yes.
All right, I think that's pretty good. We got time for one more. Where's Mel?
Yes, hi.
Okay, what's your question?
Hi, Steve. Hi, ladies. Okay, so I was dating this guy for just under a year when he had to go away for work for 2 months. And about a month into him being gone, he broke up with me pretty unexpectedly. When he got back into town, I reached out to him for closure and to give him back some of the stuff that he had in my apartment, like his clothes and some books and whatever. And instead of responding, he cut off communication with me completely for 3 months. And now he reached out to me out of the blue and is asking how I'm doing and if we can meet up and talk and he can pick up his stuff. I'm just wondering what his motives are, and I don't know if I should give him his stuff back.
No.
Wait a minute. You're saying that he's reached back out to you
After 3 months that he's been gone.
And he wants his
Right.
stuff back.
and he wants his stuff back?
Yeah, he says he
After
wants
you
to
tried
talk
to
and-
reach out to him before to give him his stuff back?
Yeah, when he got back to town after being away, I wanted to, like, you know, tie up
Because
loose
you
ends,
wanted some
give him
closure.
stuff back and closure.
Okay,
and
I'm
all
gonna let
that.
the ladies handle
Well,
it.
I hope you donated his clothes to a homeless shelter.
I agree. The thing is that he gave you the closure that you need.
Yeah.
But by not returning your calls in that 3 months, you all deserve so much more than any of this.
Sometimes people aren't gonna give you closure. You have to find closure with yourself.
Yeah.
And when they do circle around, you're already so you have forgotten about them. And just to button it all up, you know, there's an app now that they will handle your ex's stuff and make sure that they get it, and you don't even have to do anything. So you might want to research that one.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me,
An app.
please listen to me. Men don't do closure.
Okay.
We don't do closure. We don't have one final conversation to button it up like Jaleesa said. We don't do that. We don't do closure. It's over, we're gone.
Yeah.
Here's the closure.
Bye-bye.
You ain't heard from us. It's over. Stop waiting on closure that may never come. Like she said, provide the closure for yourself. Get yourself in a mental space and go on about your business. It's not important why he don't want you no more. I think
really
you'll be doing
not.
fine. Ladies, I want to thank y'all for being here. Really.